What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Unwrapped. I don't know if we're going to stick with that name. It's kind of a really stupid name. Now, there are a lot of really motivating, just beautiful things happening right now, but we aren't going to be talking about any of those. We're going to be talking about some really demotivating things in the news. No, we'll mix it up. We'll mix it up. But first, I have something in my beanie, and I want to see if you can guess what it is. So comment down below. It could be an ice pack, because it's hot as shit. It's hot in my house, so I have an ice pack on my lap. I'm serious, this is cold. You can see it, right? You can see it. Yeah, you can tell it's cold. I mean, it's blue. I could show you a blue thing. You would know that it's cold. It could be my wallet. My wallet could be in my beanie right now. Anyways, now I want to tell you guys about this new service called YouTube TV, and it's basically Google and YouTube saying, like, fuck it, we want to compete. We want to compete with DirecTV, Time Warner, whoever else is in this game of television. So YouTube has went around and they've gotten 40 channels to agree to, like, broadcast to their YouTube deal thing, whatever they're doing. Now they are missing a lot of networks like TLC, TBS, Disney, Time Warner, cable. There's a bunch. I actually want to give you my opinion on what this means for, like, YouTubers, and specifically small YouTubers, because that's what I care about, because I am one. You know, when I get big, I won't give a shit about small YouTubers, but for now, I'm just kidding. For now, what does this mean? Well, this means that potentially the only people that could be brought in won't be interested in watching small YouTubers. They're people that watch TV every day, right? That's the whole point of YouTube TV being made. Like, they want to bring in the avid TV watchers. So, what's going to happen when they come? What are they going to want to watch? You really got to think about that if you are a YouTuber, because that's an important demographic, especially if YouTube is doing this big thing. Like, they expect to bring in a lot of people. They want to change the climate of YouTube. So, will the climate change? I don't know. But I do know that people who watch TV aren't interested in watching people like you and me. I'm writing a book. It'll be next to Dr. Seuss in the children's section. Most people are pretty excited. And I might be one of the few that isn't, like, totally excited yet. I'm not convinced all the way. The next story I share with you isn't that exciting either. It's kind of, I mean, it's exciting in a weird way, but it's kind of a bummer. Let's see here. Rival, cord cutters, lots of stuff in this story. The story I'm reading from is not where I got this opinion. They're actually talking about a different thing, but they also kind of agree that YouTube TV might not be so great. I remember what they said. One of the reasons they cited for YouTube TV not being, like, the best thing ever, is there's a lot of cities, urban cities, with big areas that are logged into certain TV networks, which means, how did they put it? Something about affiliates and some shit. It just means that you might not even have the option to get YouTube TV, because there's exclusive deals that give your business, your areas, your neighborhood business to, like, Time Warner Cable or some satellite company. By the way, satellite is garbage. Let's see. You still wondering what's in my beanie? I bet you can't guess. Yeah, I mean, there's not much else. There was one other thing, but it's not that important. The other story I want to talk to you about, which we aren't running too long, so I'll talk to you about it. Casey Neistat, not too long ago, actually last year, was given $25 million for his company Beam. Now, CNN bought Beam, and they didn't really buy it for the company. Beam was a kind of like a Snapchat type service, so there wasn't that much point to them spending $25 million. The reason CNN wanted Beam was because they wanted the talent behind Beam. They wanted Casey Neistat's team and Casey Neistat. So, guess what's happening right now? Something just got announced yesterday. If you're a big fan of Casey Neistat, this is gonna fucking make you blow a load in your pants, but it looks like Casey is going to be starting his own news project. There aren't many details out yet, but we know that Casey is on the left, and you know what? You can't fault people for their political beliefs. But if he's going to start a news network or a news project, that has to go out the window. And I'll give him some credit in his quote. By the way, words are easier than actions. But in his quote, he said that, my new company will be devoted to filling the world with excellent, timely, and topical video and empowering content creators to use technology to find their voice. This was CNN, not Casey. And unfortunately, it's not in this garbage article from Business Insider. The article that I read, with Casey Neistat's quotes and everything in his interview, he was like saying, we're going to be like the transparent news network. We're going to just speak plain and straight to the listeners and the viewers. Mostly we're going to talk about video, but we're going to talk about the world in general because we think that the young public is pretty upset with the typical news networks, and they just don't want to watch that shit anymore, which is true. And Casey he's claiming to be our savior. He's going to pull us out of this ditch that we're in of just misinformation, constant misinformation. I would have less of a problem with it if Casey wasn't both arguing with other YouTubers about like, you should have voted for Hillary Clinton and you should have spoken out about it. Regardless of your beliefs, you should tell all the YouTube viewers, all these kids, that Hillary Clinton should be president. And you have a responsibility. Like, that's a little messed up. Even if you think that Hillary is the second coming of Christ, you can't fucking hold people to your standard. It was kind of an asshole move. And I was gonna say, if he hadn't have been so biased and so malicious and kind of violent, in a figurative sense, because violence is silencing people, if he hadn't been like that and been bought by CNN, kind of been bought, then I'd have less of a problem. But he is clearly like full-blown left, and he doesn't seem to have much sympathy for the right-wing personalities. You might not have much sympathy for the ideology, but people are not the ideology. We're all the same. We all do want to live peacefully, and we all want to like have prosperous lives. It goes back to like the thing with Trump. Everything comes back to Trump. God Emperor Trump. It kind of goes back to him because a lot of people want him to fail because they want to feel like they were right. That's selfish. Do you understand? If you care more about whether or not you were right and whether your feelings get validated, if you care more about that, I don't know how I feel. I mean, I do know how I feel. I have mixed feelings because I'm very moderate. But it's like with all this left bullshit coming out, it makes you feel obligated to defend Trump. Can you understand that? Can you explain it to me? It's a lot of psychology that goes into that, but so many people are going to dislike this video. It's a good thing I talked about other shit at first because nobody's going to make it this far, and if they did, it's because they love my fucking videos. You want to find out what's in the beanie? I should end this video, so make your guesses now, comment down below, because I'm going to do the big reveal. Hold on, let me... Oh, it feels so good. That's a hint. That's a hint. In case there's people out there that need hints. I think I'm giving it away. That's not sexual. Although I do feel sexual whenever I put it on. This beanie, nobody's commented about it. I'm sure if I had more followers, there'd be a couple people who I could pretend give a shit about my beanie. Here's the reveal. What? I thought the ice pack was on your lap. Magic. Yeah. How'd I get it into the beanie? Were you watching the whole time? Maybe you should go back and watch. felt so good though. I gotta get it back in there. Okay. It wasn't on the top of my head, but I know it's gonna slide down in just a second. Okay, so, ending the video on that note. I hope you liked it. Once again, I will say that this is a unedited, you know, raw type series, so that I can do them every day and I can talk about shit that just happened. Actually, speaking of, because there is a YouTuber that finally like made me fucking break down, and I was like, okay, I'm doing this type of series. Should I mention it? Because I want to mention it in the beginning of a video. I'll give her 2 shout-outs because I really don't think that many people are going to watch this far. Comment if you did, because I don't want to be redundant. Owl Girl. She's the one who made me be like, alright, fuck it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do these little videos because I got to admit to myself, I can't keep editing these fucking videos like all the time and expect myself to keep up with my plans. It's just not going to happen. And when I did this yesterday, I was like, oh, probably saw in the video, I was like, this was nice. This was really nice. I might have had some issues with talking, but maybe you've seen some improvements in just one day. No, I think I do okay. Anyways, thank you for watching. As always, dork it up. See you in the next video. And I did that out of order. It doesn't feel right. You other YouTubers out there that are watching, you ever have your spiel, you have your little outro planned, and you never say it right, and you say some of the, and you're like, it feels, it doesn't feel right. I might have OCD as well as ADD. Anyways, fuck. No, thank you for watching. Have a great night. See you in that next video, and as always, dork it up. Oh, God. This is fucking trash.